Hello and welcome back to Learn It from a Layman. I am Carl Christensen, joined now by Cameron Christensen, who you've been on a lot of the podcasts recently. It seems like there's a period where you weren't on for a while, and now you're on for a while. So it seems
Trying to make a comeback.
Seems only appropriate to use some of your wisdom and knowledge tonight. Then, and we're going to be talking about massage therapy, which I've heard, Cameron, that you know something about.
I may know a thing or two.
Just a couple things. Cameron, what is like the title? Like massage therapist, what is the title of the certification? Is it just massage therapy license, or like what is that called?
Oh, that is actually a decent question. It's been a while since I've looked at
That's
that.
okay. I'm jumping in with a question I didn't ask. I'll put it in our rundown, but
something like a certificate in massage and body work, probably something similar to that. It's been a while since I've looked at that. There are two different ways you can get nationally certified.
That's jumping us further down.
So
I didn't mean to jump us
a little bit further. I know that was one of your questions kind of later on, but yeah,
I wanted to introduce you the right way. Massage therapist.
LMT is what I can put after my name, so licensed massage therapist.
Oh, there we go. Okay, LMT. That's it. Okay, LMT. So Cameron got the certification, went through the school, so he knows all the things, and so we're going to talk about massage.
Not all the things, but a lot of the things.
Cameron knows many of the things. Okay, so let's start with, I think, some of the just very layman questions. These are very natural to me, as per usual, because I know precious little about massage. So what are the different types of massage?
Well, there are different modalities that therapists use to, how do I want to say this? Yeah, different modalities therapists use to work on a body. So most therapists, if they've gone through school, learn several different types of modalities to work on individuals. So the school that I went through taught me some Eastern modalities, some
so like Asian, is
not
that
Eastern?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Asian. So like meridians, different things like that. Some of the other schools will focus on a little bit more on energy work, like meridians, and incorporate crystals. And then you have more of Swedish style.
Okay, that would
massage that
right
kind of incorporates some other things. Or depending on what you're asking, it could be the different techniques people are using in the massage. So, like the type of stroke that you do, or pressure, firmness, different things like that.
So yeah, I guess that's so my next question is about Swedish massage, because I feel like that's one everyone's heard of. Like, so do the different strokes or like different ways that you do the massage, is that like the difference between a Swedish massage and a different massage, or is it like the muscles that you focus on? Like, what is the difference between these different types?
A little bit of both. Some would be muscles that you focus on. So let's say you did a difference between a Swedish and say a shiatsu. Shiatsu, you're working with the meridians. You're going to do some different techniques. You're going to, how you kind of go through those different things. A Swedish style is a lot more full body flowy.
Okay.
It's kind of what we're going to say. Flowy is a technical term there. It's not, but
it's good for the layman. It's good for
it kind of incorporates. It incorporates a lot more of the body, and it is a lot more one of the terms, one of the strokes that you do is effleurage. It's kind of this light gliding stroke. You incorporate a lot more of that in a Swedish style massage.
Okay, so I mean, it begs the question: is it from Sweden?
Oh gosh, is a person from Sweden? So it be
Okay, okay,
so
there you go.
it
Yeah.
was created by a Swedish gymnast coach.
Okay.
So they developed that, and then it just kind of became incorporated, much like Thai massage is. It was actually developed by other people, but then just became much more of a home in Thailand, and then it's kind of you have the Thai massage.
Right.
Swedish was developed by a Swedish person. Interesting enough, Lomi Lomi is just all Hawaiian, so
Lomi
they
Lomi.
get to claim all of that.
That's the type of
Lomi
massage
Lomi,
done in by Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've become really jaded about these things ever since I learned that Kentucky Fried Chicken wasn't from Kentucky. So, it seems like Swedish massage would.
Was developed by a colonel.
Well, Colonel could have been his name. I mean, like,
It was more of a title, but yes, which I think Kentucky gave out to like landowners, and that's why it became Kentucky. Anyway, but yeah, no,
okay.
first Kentucky was in Utah, if I
I
remember
think
correctly.
that's right, isn't it? Yeah. Like, anyway, so that's why I feel like the question of is Swedish massage actually from Sweden is a worthwhile question. Could have been some.
It's a decent question. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Well, it's good to know that. So yeah, it was developed by a Swedish person, but potentially not in Sweden actually. Then.
I mean, he was a Swedish gym coach. That's
Okay.
all.
That's all we knew. Okay.
I mean, if you look it up on the internet, that's what they will tell you.
Okay.
Or gymnastics coach.
Okay.
Not gymnastics.
Well, yeah.
So, and we all know gymnasts. I mean, they need their muscles.
That's true. I mean,
rubbed out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're talking about people that need massage. That's probably the high level athletes are absolutely. We'll get to that later. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about like the terminology around massage therapy. So, is a masseuse and a massage therapist the same person? Are those different titles for the same thing?
it depends who you want to talk to. If we're going just based on titles, it'd be like a masseuse and a masseur, which is the French title for someone who gives massage. Over time, those have kind of become a more risque term for a therapist.
Okay.
So some people, there's like, yeah, whatever, you can call them a masseuse,
yeah.
like doesn't bother them. But if you wanna sound cool, you can call a guy person a masseur.
Sure.
See if they actually know what they're doing.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
Okay.
So, but yeah, to me, like if someone calls me a masseuse, like it's not gonna bother me.
Right.
Okay,
yeah. But you're saying for some people, maybe it's a little bit of a touchy thing where like they prefer to be called massage therapists.
It's kind of more of a touchy subject. My teachers kind of said it. It's a massage therapist is someone that you go in to a reputable studio and get a massage from. A masseur is someone you might find off of Craigslist. So
right. I mean, we all know the scandalous stories that we'll probably keep at arm's distance about because there are reputable massage therapists. It is a field of actual use. Like there's some scientific knowledge behind it. Obviously, there's actual just physical skill involved. But and then there's all of the more seedy type of massages that we're not going to condescend to discuss.
if that's what you're looking for, you know where to get that.
Yes,
If you want
exactly.
to know more about actual therapy,
Yeah,
stay tuned to our podcast.
exactly.
And
That's perfect.
we'll have a quick thing from our sponsors. Oh, wait, we don't have any.
Okay, that was it. That
My
was
bad.
it,
Anyway,
actually. Yeah.
back.
And we're back. Okay. We're maybe we'll get there. It's been a long time since we've discussed our audience, so I'll take a break here because that's worthwhile to say. We still have thousands of people listening to us every month. Um, it is fair to say that we're not quite at the peak that we were, but we're certainly not at the beginning of our podcast where literally nobody tuned in. We still have people from all the 50 states listening to pretty much every podcast. Every podcast gets listened to over 1,000 by more 1,000 downloads. Some of them 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, depending on the subject matter and the quality of the podcast, which we try to deliver. But I will say that given our lack of funds and other daytime jobs, we sometimes have other priorities. So, but we do appreciate people tuning in, and we try to give you the best. We give you some good quality content. I mean, honestly, right now, Cameron's talking about something that he has a degree. We want to do layman stuff from the layman perspective, but we try to have good information from someone who actually knows what they're talking about. And I mean, heck, we've had like, essentially we've had lots of different doctorates on here. We've had a ambassador level person on here as well. Like we've had some good guests. So Cameron, in the long string of good guests, you're gonna carry us through the rest of the podcast, right?
We definitely had some smart cookies on our podcast.
It is true.
And I'm working my way up to be one of those smart cookies.
You're doing great.
So
Doing great. All right. All
we're
right. Let's jump back in then. Um, so you took massage therapy. The school. You graduated.
Mhm.
What does human anatomy play a big role in massage therapy school?
If you want to be good, I would say yes.
Okay.
Human anatomy plays a huge part in massage therapy, because what are we doing? We're massaging the different muscles in your body, so you need to know all the muscles, and you need to know more than just the muscles. You also need to know a little bit more about the body. You need to know the lymph system. You need to know the circulatory system. All sorts of different things, because let's say you're wanting to give someone a nice neck massage. You're working your way down the neck, and instead of rubbing one of the muscles, you're pinching the jugular, and then you make the person pass out. We don't want to do that. So
That would be
anatomy
bad.
is pretty big thing that you
Important.
should probably know.
Yeah.
It's important to know that. And they drilled anatomy into us pretty well.
Okay.
So it was definitely something that we were doing. Hello,
Tim
new
has
person.
joined us now.
All right.
I have joined.
Speaking of going for
Yes.
the jugular, quick, Cameron, take him now.
I thought we were talking about massage, not juggling.
Okay, Tim. All right, see your way
Yes.
right back out of here.
Never miss a beat.
So, Tim, just to catch you up quickly, we're talking about why anatomy is important to the massage therapist.
Ah.
Yeah. So,
and my example was, you want to make sure you're relaxing the scalenes and other muscles of the head, maybe your masseter, something else, and not the jugular.
Oh, I see.
Cameron was saying that if you were accidentally massaging and pinching the jugular, you have a very different outcome than if you were massaging, some of those muscles, he was saying. So
that's right. Well, and then we go into another branch of assassinry as opposed to, it's a fine line.
It's the natural, we go from massage
That
therapist.
goes back to your Craigslist massage that happens to also be a Russian assassin.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Compliments of Vladimir Putin.
Okay. All right. Next question. I have had a few massages in my life. And I feel like the massage therapist, back when I was on the swim team, I feel like she instructed us to drink water and I don't honestly remember if it was before or after. um, is
Yes.
or both? Is that the idea? And how important is that in massage recovery?
It's very important in massage recovery. So the science behind it is as you are getting a massage, you're breaking up. Crikey, I hate when little bits of like things pop out of my head.
Yeah, well, that happens.
Breaking
metabolic
I'll
waste.
help.
There we go.
Cornstarch.
Metabolic waste, not cornstarch, but close.
Oh, okay.
Metabolic waste. Basically, one of the theories behind of what causes your muscles to get knots and other things like that is a buildup of metabolic waste in your muscles that will cause those little knots or hard points on your body. So when you massage those and break them down and get them released, that's going to go into your body. So it's going to go into kind of the bloodstream and then get transported into the lymphatic system and then out of your body in different ways for waste.
Right.
One of the ways to make sure that that happens quicker and that you don't get as many side effects of that being broken down is to be hydrated.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying that you want to pee more after a massage?
You want to drink more fluids to help flush out the metabolic waste. And often the actions of drinking more water increases the frequency of urination or micturition, depending on who you want to talk to.
Okay.
Very nice.
I get it.
Very nice. Okay, good explanation. Like that one. I hadn't thought through it all that far, so that's great. Okay, do massage therapists? I'm jumping around. These are kind of random. I mean, I send these out,
it's fine.
These are all over the place, but these are questions that pop up in my head, and so massage therapists seem to be a relatively natural fit with chiropractors. Is that true or not?
Mm-hmm. A lot of chiropractors employ massage therapists to help. Oftentimes, they're limited to what they can do with the bones if the muscles are too tight. So if you have a therapist that can work on them, loosen up those muscles, they can then manipulate the bones better. I briefly worked for a chiropractor at one point, and one of the people that I saw somewhat regularly was a pitcher. And I worked on his arm and did some deep tissue / structural massage to the point where the chiropractor actually didn't have to manipulate anything because I was able to move everything around and give him that mobility that he was looking for.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Okay, so that flows actually perfectly then into the next question. So like you said, it's high level athletes seem like they always have a massage therapist, usually like right there, like either right before or right after a competition.
So a lot of pro teams will hire a couple therapists to help work on the athletes. Also, they're gonna be working in a team with probably physical therapists. Because physical therapists and athletic trainers are also going to learn several of those modalities and different things to do to help take care of athletes. But physical therapists, they also learn chiropractic techniques, massage techniques, and other things like that. So depending on the level of where there are for high level athletes, let's say college, you're probably going to have more student physical therapists, other things like that are working on learning that, working with teams. To up to like pro teams, you're probably going to have a group of different things like that.
Okay. Do you know, and like I said, have there been any like studies? Are there any numbers on like how much a massage helps an athlete? Like, either with recovery, are they able to, like, if you massage an athlete right after a intense competition, are they going to be significantly more able to, like, compete again and, the next day or something like that?
Recovery massage is a real thing. I don't know about specific numbers. I would have to check on
Right.
those.
Sure.
But on the school that I went to taught sports massage, and they taught pre and post workout massage. And then depending on the length of time post massage, you would do different things. So if it was immediately after, you're going to do a lot more compression, other things like that, just to kind of help deactivate the muscle, get it ready to recover quicker. If it's a longer period of time, you're going to do more lengthening things versus just kind of let's help pump out the galactic acid and other things out of the muscles.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Just as a tangent, I know that back in the day, there was a lot of cupping. Is that a massage
Mm-hmm.
therapy thing? Or is that like
That's more Eastern therapy.
okay?
It's still used pretty frequently, depending on who you go to. I think its popularity has died a little bit down, but it's kind of the same thing. What that cupping is going to do is it sucks up those metabolic waste and that galactic acid after workouts, and it's going to pull it up, which is towards the lymph system to help
Okay.
it be kind of drained out there.
Interesting. Okay, I've always wondered what exactly the idea was behind it. Cool.
I mean, basically, you're putting little glass or plastic tubes around the different parts of the body, creating a vacuum, and then that sucks up that skin.
Right.
Does that hurt?
Some people, yes. Most people, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, if we want to go back to some great '80s style, I mean, Mr. Miyagi basically does some cupping on.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
huh.
So
When I think cupping, I just think Michael Phelps, like with all the
yes, I mean Phelps. I mean, anytime you're watching the Olympics, you see a lots of athletes with those little circles, and that's from cupping.
right. Okay. Okay. So as far as occupational hazards as a massage therapist, it seems like the amount of stress that you put on your hands is significant. Are there like negative consequences as a result of that? As far as like, do massage therapists develop arthritis more often?
Oh, most definitely. Um, Arthritis in the hands is a big thing. A lot of massage therapists deal with it. Actually, a lot of massage therapists go to other massage therapists to get their hands massaged because of the damage that can be done. So one of the things that they do to help counteract that is teach you specific ways to do your strokes and other things like that to help reduce repetitive movement and increasing the things that would happen for arthritis.
Okay, that's once again some of the things you're saying. Like I never even like thought that's great. Good to know that we're thinking ahead and making sure massage therapists are not all out there developing vicious arthritis.
Vicious arthritis, yeah. I mean, obviously, if you're using your hands all the time, you do build up more strength. Like my hands were nowhere near as strong as they used to be because I am not doing it very actively.
Right.
But I mean, I still know a lot of the things. I'll still do an occasional massage, and then I talk to my client before, after, during. It just kind of depends on the client. It's like, how was that? How was the feeling, the flow?
Right.
Just because since I'm not doing it every day, I get a little self-conscious personally. Just like, how well am I doing this?
Right. Well, that's something we haven't even brought up. It's not one of my questions because, once again, it's not something I think about. But you'd have imagined. I know that having gone in and gotten massages, sometimes very frequently massage therapists will ask you how the pressure is. I assume that's for my own comfort, not their comfort, right? So they're trying to get some feedback as far as like, we want this to be not a miserable experience.
So
right?
if a therapist is asking you like, how's the pressure, basically they want to know what you're feeling. Like if it hurts, they don't want to hurt you. So if the pressure's too much, you can say, oh, I need a lighter. Like that still hurts. And they're there to help you feel better. I've had some clients, they're like, I've been pushing down on them. I'm like, crap. I'm pushing on you. Like, what's going on? Why aren't you in more pain? And they're like, oh no, it hurts, but it hurts so good. I love that feeling.
Yeah.
So some people really like a little bit of the pain because they know it's getting work done, and then they're going to feel really good afterwards. Where other people, they can't handle any pressure, so you just have to be super light, and that's where they're at.
Okay. This is so. I'm about to ask you a little bit about the schooling and stuff like that, but it does seem to be that certain, people. Obviously, you're a big guy. Like you had a lot of strength and could do a lot of different. Like if someone needed a lot of pressure, you could provide a lot of pressure. There are massage therapists out there that are relatively, slight women or something like that. I'm not saying that they can't provide a fair amount of pressure, but the amount of pressure that you can provide versus what they can provide would be different. Is it the case that like because of your strength, you were better at certain types of massage, or what was that like?
Yes and no. So one of the things that you can do to compensate, I mean, when I was going through school, I was like, I don't know, I was a big person. I'm still a big person. I was probably like 375 pounds, and I'm 6'5". I'm a big person. And next to me is this, 90 to 100 pound girl. You're like, well, obviously, big guy Cameron can probably do a little bit more than this teeny little girl Jill. So like, kind of what do they do to compensate that? So one of the things that you can do is one is the sharpness of what you make your tool. So I would use my elbow for lots of things and stuff like that. Obviously, little girls have sharper elbows than big guys usually. So they can dig in there a little bit more than my elbow, and it's going to cause a more pressure in that area that they're going through, and different things like that. So they can get to deeper things by increasing the sharpness of what they're doing with their tool. So they'll do fingers, elbows, different things like that to side of your hand to increase the sharpness.
Okay.
Whereas oftentimes I would have to make mine more blunt or broader, so I'm not hurting someone because of my
strength,
easily more pressure that I can give.
Right. Oh, I accidentally snapped your elbow. I apologize.
So one of the other things that therapists will do is if they're working on different people, they're going to set their table height to different things. So I'm a bigger person. Because of that, oftentimes the therapist would want to drop the table 1 or 2 slots, so they get better pressure for them to do that, just because I sit higher than someone else. Like, I'm holding my hands up. You guys can't see, obviously, because this is a podcast. But that's kind of the thing about that. So,
okay.
And same with me. If I wanted to do less pressure because it was a client that I worked with that I knew didn't like a lot, I would set the table higher so I wasn't applying as much.
Okay. We could talk quite a bit, I think, about like, gender preference and like what kind of pressure and whether or not they like sharp pressure or those types of questions. I'm sure you could give us some insight there. So maybe at the end we will. I don't know if Tim has other questions.
Maybe. Honestly, it's not so much gender, it's per person thing.
Right. Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah. I kind of know where you're going. I'm just saying, honestly, I've had women that wanted more pressure than men,
Yeah.
different things like that.
Yeah.
It's really a personal preference. Also, it really depends on how often you get a massage. The more often you get a massage, the less you become anesthetized to it, I guess, a little bit to the pressure. So you can actually slowly increase that pressure so you get they can get a better massage out of that. Then there's, people with contraindications, like if you're working with someone with like MS, or let's say a inflammatory disease. What you want to do is do very little very little pressure on them, because anything that you're doing there is going to increase that issue. So you want to do very light pressure on them, so you're not causing injuries.
Okay, I'm gonna jump one question here and out of order, because I feel like it's more relevant right now. So, like I said, I've had when I was on the swim team. This was in high school, quite a long time ago. We had a massage therapist who, I think she was getting her license. I don't know. You have a certain number of hours you have to do or something, Cameron, right? Anyway, she was trying to get her hours, and so she was offering her massage therapist skills to the swim team, and I had done a relatively idiotic workout earlier in the day, and done 30 pull-ups, and to the point where, like, so it was 3 sets of 10, lest anyone think I'm out here just crushing 30 pull-ups in a row. I was doing 3 sets of 10, and I started the third set of 10, and like legitimately the first one was super hard, but I finished the whole set, and the last pull-up probably took me, I mean, legitimately, I was pulling up on the bar for 10 seconds until I got like up to the point where my chin was over the bar. So that's how much pressure.
And then you're like, calling it good.
Yeah, I mean, well, that was it, and we're done. So that night, the massage therapist is like rubbing my arms, which when I'm done with that 30th pull up, by the way, I'm like, my arms wouldn't like, like not wouldn't, but like naturally were like at L's. Like if I just relaxed, my muscle was at an L.
That's not right, Carl. That's not right.
Well, I mean, left
and
right.
And when he's saying like an L, he's talking about his whole arm.
Correct.
So
Forearm,
because of the strain that he put on it, the muscles shortened to help repair themselves, thus bringing his arms up to basically making an L.
Okay. Yeah. Well, whatever happened, I just know what my arm looked like. So I go and she's massaging my bicep, and I don't think I even told her. I said I was sore or something. I don't know. And she's like rubbing my bicep, and she seemed a little disconcerted. She's like, "Oh, you've done a bad thing." She said you were very close to clean tearing your bicep off your bone. And is that something you could tell? Was she making this up, Cameron?
I'm not going to say she wasn't making it up. It depends on how often you saw that client, to where you're going to be able to probably tell what's going on. I mean, you can definitely tell a lot when doing a massage. Like, I could tell if someone had worked themselves out a lot more. You're going to feel a lot more different. It really depends on how in touch you are with the sensory feedback that you're getting from your fingers to what they've done. I mean, there's some other indications that you can do, but a lot of that just comes from the feeling of what you're what you're feeling on the bicep and stuff like that. So if it felt like super torn, she's definitely going to feel like, oh, it's sore. But if your muscle is moving way more than it should be in different things like that, you're going to probably be like, oh, there's something definitely wrong with that.
Right.
And technically you can rip your muscle off of off of your bone.
Right.
That is hard to do. Generally, you're going to rip a tendon before you're going to rip your muscle.
Okay.
But
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So you're saying that it probably is the case. I think she had given a few massages by that point, so it would almost kind of be a per
Yeah.
person per like experience type thing.
And yeah, I mean, obviously, the more that you do it, the more you're gonna feel the bot. Like,
Right.
the more you get in touch with bodies, like, you're gonna understand a lot more of what's going on with them. And then step further, if this is a person that you've given a massage to, let's say 10 or 12 times before, you're going to understand how their body feels on top of that. So you're going to be like, this person, this is where they generally have these trigger points, or this and that, and this is normally how their muscles feel after a workout or after a day or two of a workout, different things like that. You just start to understand how their body reacts, how they feel, what you're going to work on.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I said that was the one time where like it seemed like she had insight into my muscle that I hadn't given her, and she only got it from by actually like pushing against the muscle. So,
I mean, I'm guessing it was pretty jellyish, and that's
probably
why she was concerned.
Okay. All right, let's.
And now it's time for our Learn It from a Layman weekly challenge. Can you do 30 pull-ups? Send in pictures when you do.
Yeah.
And if you can't, send in a picture of Smucker's jam.
Yes. You know what you should be pushing now, guys, is our Patreon page. Because we did push a podcast there, and we've had a few people take a peek, but we need some members. We need people to jump on. I get that you guys have been listening for free for a long time, and that's
for every 10 people that join our Patreon, he'll give away 2 jars of Schmucker's strawberry jam.
Will we?
Wait, for every person who joins the Patreon page, Carl will do 10 pull-ups. So if we can get 4 people to join, Carl will have to set a new record.
You guys are like going to take me on this tangent. I want to ask Cameron about massage school, but I did recently learn this new workout, which isn't new at all, I believe, but it's new to me. It's like a what's the people that, oh my word, it's called the Cindy, and it's for the workout is 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, and 15 body weight squats, so just normal squats, as many, and then continue to do that as many times in 20 minutes as you can.
5 pull-ups, 10
push-ups, 15 body weight squats,
15 squats. Okay.
And then for every rep, and then go right back, 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 body weight squats, and continue to cycle. And it's so much harder than it sounds.
No, that actually sounds pretty hard. That sounds like one of those PX drills.
Yeah, I mean,
if you remember those.
Yes. It comes from CrossFit. That's what I was trying to come up with. It comes from CrossFit.
CrossFit?
Yeah. It's a CrossFit workout.
Well, if you want to hear a massage therapist opinion about CrossFit, there has never been more an exercise that is dumber in the world that hurts more people than CrossFit.
CrossFit can be very dangerous.
And that was taught in our school because if done correctly, CrossFit is amazing.
Right.
But most times it is not a one-on-one.
Right.
You have a trainer going with you. Lots of people get hurt during CrossFit, and then they come to massage therapists.
Why do they get hurt? Do they just overdo it?
Overdoing it, poor body mechanics, different things like that.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, if you've ever watched like the CrossFit Games or stuff like that, I mean, they're doing crazy things, which is really cool. If, like Cameron said, you have the right technique and like you're supervised, and you're just generally, you've learned the way to do these things
Proper
correctly.
safety equipment,
Exactly.
weight belts, different things like that.
Right.
Most of the time, not happening.
Mm.
They're like, hey, flip these tires. I know this is your second day here, but let's do this.
Yeah.
Not
Tim's actually signing up for
not the best
CrossFit
thing.
right now.
Yeah. Guys, just a second. I'm almost done. Let me just pay and all right. They say they'll have me flipping tires in the first 10 minutes.
I don't think the words "let me just pay" are words that have ever come out of Tim's mouth before. So,
I don't think I've ever heard those words either.
Yes,
It's
well,
like,
you know.
wait, you want me to pay money to flip your tires?
That's
I can do that myself.
right.
I have a spare tire
Tim will
on my
grow
car.
his own
I will
tire.
flip it.
Yeah, Tim will grow a tire in his backyard if he needs to. Okay. Anyway,
They're so dirty too. You don't handle a tire, you're gonna get all
okay.
greasy, grimy.
Okay, let's jump back to massage therapy here, and I'll talk a little bit about the schooling. That'll be the last one. My last questions are about massage therapy school. So Cameron, how long did it take? And is it standard? Is it like, well, I guess that's a different question. So let's start with just how long did it take?
Length depends on where you go and what you want to do. It's kind of a lifetime of learning,
right?
For most people, because they always want you to stay current on different things. Sorry, or noises. So for me, it took a year because I was doing night school while working full time. The day classes that they did were 6 months. And then you can also do apprenticeships, and those will take a different amount of time, depending on how many massages that you're doing to get your licensure and different things like that. So you have national licensures, the AMBA, American Body Work Association, I think something like that, and then you have the MBLEX, the AMBA or whatever it is. You have to do continuing education every year to keep your license current. Nationally, MBLEX you didn't, so I chose to do MBLEX, so I didn't have to keep that current. And then each state has its own licensure as well.
Okay. So if you got your license in Utah, Cameron, so if you did move to Arizona, was that right after? So shortly after, do you have to can you transfer a license, or what is that like?
Probably depends state to state, but most states will just probably have you take their test to do that.
Okay.
If you've passed your national licensure, most state licensures are pretty easy. Some are a little bit harder than others. It just kind of depends on the state.
Okay.
And each state has different regulations. So let's say Utah requires X amount of hours, New York could require more or something like that. So it just kind of depends from state to state. There is set amounts for national, what they'll do for that. And they were one of the things they were working towards when I was going through schools to make it a little bit more standard. So it's kind of more across the board, which each is.
Right. That makes sense. Are the certification renewals and going through school, is it expensive?
It wasn't cheap. I don't remember exactly how much it cost me, but it wasn't cheap.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. And actually, one thing I was thinking while we were talking about schooling and stuff like this, in a lot of other professions we've talked about, the AI, explosion that we've had in the last, 3 or 4 years or whatever it's been now, has been super transformative. I'm pretty sure that AI hasn't really affected massage therapists in any way. So,
I would be surprised if you could teach a robot to give a good massage. I mean, you probably could, but there would be a lot of coding that went into that.
yeah, no time soon.
Alexa, give me a massage. Yeah, no, doesn't work.
I mean, just being able to get that tactile feedback
Right, exactly.
to go to the robot
Right.
would be.
What's your opinion of those massage chairs?
They are a far cry from a real therapist.
That is true.
I believe that.
I mean, they shouldn't they can be.
Are they nice?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, there you go.
But would I rather have one from a real therapist? Yes.
Yeah.
But in lieu of one,
sure.
Yeah, do the chair.
Kind of like having canned corn versus corn on the cob with butter and salt, right? Pepper. Oh, I guess I'm hungry, huh?
More like having.
But anyways, I see what you're saying.
cornmeal.
Not as good as the real deal.
Cornmeal versus cornmeal.
You're right. That's my second corn illusion today. What's going on?
It's like I don't.
There's
no. It'd be more like I guess depending on the device, you got your canned corn for the crappy devices, and then you have, someone that tried to make corn. Maybe that flash freeze corn that you get in the freezer.
There you
go. Which is those like maybe nicer massage chairs and stuff like that, and then your wonderful off the cob, depending on how you like it. Maybe grilled with some mayo and
or like maybe like a Mexican elote loco with like the chili powder and stuff.
Yeah, that could be your therapist right there. So you know what I'm talking about, those different types of corn.
Right.
I think if we were describing you as a massage therapist, you would definitely be a food with chili powder.
I am spicy.
Okay. Well, that seems an appropriate way to finish. Sorry. I'm getting updates from
Unless Tim wants to ask any questions. Okay.
Well, I'm going to have to keep Tim to one short question because my children are calling. So you've got 30 seconds, Tim. Go.
Oh, on the spot. I mean, I had that massage chair question. That was my big one.
Okay. I like that one.
Okay. Oh, hey, how about this? When you're getting a massage, what's the favorite kind of massage that you like to get if you're getting one?
I would say favorite is probably more of a Swedish style with I don't know, maybe a little cranial sacral mixed in, some deep tissue, some different like that. I like them to use a couple different modalities kind of worked in to give that fuller massage or a more tailored massage.
Very nice.
Okay.
So now we know what to request. So wonderful.
Yeah.
Only if that's what you like.
That's true. Well, I mean, you can at least.
I get lots of headaches, so that cranial sacral does a lot with that, helping, those releases in there. That helps. That also helps a lot with your energy, kind of resetting that more than you would think. So
cool. All right. Well, Cameron, great job. Thank you. We'll have to wrap it up.
Okay.
Otherwise, my children are going to.
And if any viewers have more questions, feel free to drop them in on this post, and I will most certainly answer them for you to my best of ability, and hit us up on our Patreon.
Exactly. That's where you're going to get your questions answered. If you can send them to our email, they will be swallowed into a void. I do check it on occasion. If you send it to the Patreon, we'll get those to Cameron right away. So
that is true. My inbox currently does have 400 messages. So
okay.
I think I know the source of your headaches.
All right. Well, thanks, Cameron. Tim, you were also present. So good job. Kind of.
That's. I think that's about right. That's. That's going to be on my gravestone. Here lies Tim Cox, also present.
He was present for the majority of his life.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you.